I've grown my personal brand on LinkedIn to over 9,000 followers, and I've been using AI as a tool for making content for a very long period of time. And in this video, I will talk about why I'm stopping and why you should too. Alright, so the number one reason to why using AI to make content will destroy your personal brand is that, the more AI you use, the less human we become, and it's just this bad, snowball effect going downhill. So as we can see here, the problem that we really are facing, just speaking for myself, the main reason why I even make this video is because I have felt that, it has caused me a problem where I feel that my personal brand are less me, and, AI is such an incredible tool for many things, but, building a personal brand and, expressing your true self to the people who follow you, I think that is a very creative task. And from everything I'm seeing, AI is probably not the best at creative things. So that's why I just feel that, it's very harsh, written, but, the more AI you implement, the less human it becomes, and the more your personal brand would suck. So, the main reason as well to why this is the case is because, I have grown my personal brand to a very big following on LinkedIn. I've been very consistent on putting out videos here on YouTube as well. I think I've posted one video every single week for 17 months. And even if I'm doing it, which is, I would say that I'm probably, very far ahead of most people that are building their personal brands. I'm using AI a lot and have done that to be more efficient and come up with ideas and, just making everything a lot easier so I can make more content in less of the time. But the problem is that from everything I'm seeing, that's what everyone is doing, because we are in a period of time where, using AI and ChatGPT and Claude and things like that, it's something that is kind of new for a lot of people. So that's why they're trying to use it for everything. And of course, making content, that becomes one part of it. So that's why I'm actually going to stop using AI and, going more on, my thoughts, my ideas, and trying to make every video and, writing these Canva boards myself. Because I believe that the more human we can become, the more powerful our personal brands will become. So the solution really here is that, I can't say what you're going to do, but I just will show you what I'm doing moving forward. And I'm just not taking this idea by myself. I'm following people that is the absolute best in the world on building personal brands for, these type of things. And they are really suggesting people that you make all content yourself. And it does make sense, because if you really think about it, so if you have a team or if you outsource things to AI, nobody knows you better than yourself. Which means that if you outsource things, of course, your AI and chatbot and whatever can, know you quite well, but no one knows you better than yourself. Which means that if you are really spending time and trying to make as good content as you can by yourself, it will feel so much that, it will really feel like it's you. Me sitting here speaking freely from my mind, it's so much more authentic that if you look back at the videos I made, 6-7 months ago, honestly, they were absolute crap. And they were so heavy AI and scripted and everything. So I just think that's a receipt on what not to do. And another thing as well is that when you make all the content yourself, obviously, you will spend a lot more time making it and crafting it and trying to fine tune it yourself. Which in the end will make the content better. Because if you really think about it, if you spend 10 times, the amount of time on the content you're making, is it unreasonable that the content will be 10 times better? Maybe, but I'm very guessing that it's at least going to be double or triple as good. And just by that fact alone, that will help you build a better personal brand. Because if this is your content right now and you make it 2 or 3 times better, you're going to stand out so much more, than your competitors, for example. And this one is the best one I really love. And this is really why I'm doubling down on this, because the more time you spend on making your content, the more it's going to feel like you. Because you know what you're going to talk about, it's you that come up with ideas. Like, why, if you really think about it, like, why are people watching this video and why are people following other people? Because we really want their view of things. You know, you're watching this video because you want to see my point of view of things. You want to, you know, get in my brain, you know, see, you know, you're interested in the way I see the world, and that's why you're following a lot of other people as well on social media. So I think this is such a powerful thing that, you know, we're really, it's a smart move just trying to double down on it, really. And the conclusion here is that if you followed or watched my can't speak here on evening, but if you have watched my YouTube videos before, you know that I'm a big fan of Naval Ravikant, and this is a quote that he has said that is, you know, really have stuck with me, and I've shared before, but I will read it to you once again. So if you build and market something that is a direct extension of who you are, no one can compete with you. You become one of one. And what does this really mean? Well, it is absolutely impossible for you to be better, you know, a better version of me than me. And, you know, I will never, it's impossible for me to be better, you know, on being you than you. Which means that if there's no one out there in the world that is a better version of you, then your competitive advantage is leaning into more who you are and trying to share your ideas with the world. Because the more you become, the less competition you will have. So this is really my route. I just wanted to share this video. And if you're thinking, what am I having back here? It's my motorcycle helmet. So yeah, I just thought it would be fun to share a little bit more about personal details and try to make myself more human. And yeah, I've been riding bike for over a year, and I just think it's very fun to incorporate it. And I try to take a ride, you know, with the little free time I have over. But I think that's a good, you know, theme to include this thing, my bike helmet, in this video, because, you know, the more human we can try to become, you know, the stronger personal brands we will have. So that's it for this video. And now don't forget to watch this video where I've made a 5+ hours course on how real estate agents can get more warm leads with social media. And it took me over 2 years in production, and it's done. I'm super excited. It's insanely valuable. Go watch it.